Let's talk about the fastest way to get rid of acne. If you have acne, you are going to be happy that you found this video. All it takes is the correct knowledge. Now, when I was, I think 7th grade, 8th grade, I had severe acne. And talk about devastating someone's confidence. I mean, it's already hard enough to be a teenager, but to have acne on top of being an awkward teenager, devastating. Remember, I was in 6th grade, had no acne, right? I didn't even like girls. And then all of a sudden in 7th grade, I started liking girls. But I had acne, and that persisted in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. So it can be very devastating. So I really wish I knew what I know now back then. It would have came in handy. All I knew back then was to keep washing your face, using creams, even though it didn't work, and we just keep trying it over and over and over. Here's the big problem. If we actually do a search on acne, let's take something that's very credible, right? Wikipedia, right? I'm being very sarcastic. Let's see what Wikipedia says about acne here. Acne is a long-term skin condition that occurs when dead skin cells and oil from your skin clog your hair follicles. The resulting appearance can lead to anxiety, reduced self-esteem, and extreme cases, depression, or even thoughts of suicide. But check this out. Susceptibility to acne is primarily genetics in 80% of cases. Now, notice that they said susceptibility to acne. They didn't say acne. That is because there's something way more powerful than your genetics, and that's called epigenetics, which I'm going to get into. It says the roles of diet and cigarette smoking in the condition are unclear, and neither cleanliness nor exposure to sunlight appear to play a part. Eating fewer simple carbohydrates, such as sugar, may minimize the condition. Okay, so that's, at least they mentioned that. All right, and then they get into the causes. Possible secondary contributors include hormones, infections, diet, and stress. All right, and then we get to diet. It says high glycemic load diets have been found to have different degrees of effect on acne severity. So one of the studies that they mentioned, diet and acne update. Carbohydrates emerge as the main culprit. Of course, they're not going to emphasize that. And then they go right into multiple randomized controlled trials, and non-randomized studies have found a lower glycemic load diet to be effective in reducing acne. So the rest of this page is just more confusion, more information that doesn't really tell you or differentiate the important stuff from the trivial stuff to the stuff that's completely and utterly false. So no wonder why people have a hard time finding answers. So if we take a look at acne, what it is, we have an infection of a sebaceous gland, okay? A sebaceous gland is the oil glands in your skin. And so this is why you have redness, that's inflammation. You have many times a white pustule, which is an infection, which has bacteria and white blood cells. And you're looking at your acne going, wow, I need to pop that zit, right? And then clean it out, and then it'll go away. But it never goes away. It comes back. It turns into a scar. Okay, now you have a pock mark, and it keeps coming back. So what is behind this infection of the sebaceous gland? And the answer is a hormone called androgens. Your androgens are too high. I mean, think about what happens during puberty. You have this shift of androgens, right? Mostly in men. It's also a spike in girls as well. Okay, but they also have a spike in estrogen, which can also trigger acne as well. So is the problem just puberty and everyone has to go through it, or is there something we can do? Well, there's some extra data about androgens that I want to talk about that's going to help you isolate what's really going on. But I'm going to recommend that you stop popping your zits, okay? Because that's going to just create more of an infection. It's going to create more redness, more inflammation, and more scarring.